Welcome to the Live It Right podcast, hosted by John and Caitlin Lindsay. We're going to be talking all things health and wellness, from food, fitness, relationships. So if you want to live your best life and live it right, join us for this conversation.
So whether you're a health enthusiast, a busy professional, or someone looking to achieve a more fulfilling life, you're in the right place. Tune in, subscribe, and join our community as we explore the path to living it right.
Let's go.
All right, welcome back to the Live It Right podcast. We're on episode 33, and this is going to be more so on John today. I'm going to kind of cue him up on some stuff, but we are talking moving better in 2026 with simple lifestyle changes. So let's go ahead and kick things off.
So I wanted to do this episode because I get asked, and we've gone over this a little bit of times, where do I start with mobility? What should I do first? You know, we've answered that on the podcast a couple of times. I get that question all the time on social media. And so, you know, we've referenced good drills to do on this podcast. I always give folks good drill options. My app has very entry-level stuff for mobility work, but low-hanging fruit for improving your mobility and movement capacity as a whole is making these simple lifestyle changes. And when you make lifestyle changes that complement your mobility and the way you move and feel, all of that stuff compounds on each other. So you're just making more and more and more gains. And I noticed definitely in my own movement journey, I'd like to hear your opinion on this, definitely with clients I've worked with, folks that are on my app. As your mobility improves, you want to use it. You subconsciously crave moving your body. So the 6 things we're going to go over today are easy ways to start using that mobility throughout the day, because you're going to want to as you move better. So would you agree with that? As your mobility improves, you just want to move more. You sort of subconsciously recognize, you know, when you're sitting in a chair on the couch for a little bit of time, you're like,
hips get tight.
Yeah, your body calls to you to be like, hey, get up, let's do a little bit, let's get on the floor, whatever it is.
And let me just, for the non-mobility, his persona, his brand is based on mobility. For someone on the other side, that is very true. So he's not just saying that, like, once you start doing it, and the biggest thing is, like, when he's talking about compounding, that this is not adding another 30-minute routine to your day. This is not added stress. This is the most minute adjustments that you can make that will become subconscious. And that's the beauty of it, is he's not trying to complicate things. He's trying to help you weave these into your daily practice, like your daily life. So
really well said too, because when we go over these 6 things, if you're doing none of them, yes, adding all 6 tomorrow might seem overwhelming and crazy, but you add one this month, next month you add another one, it just becomes so easy to do, and it just becomes part of your daily lifestyle. As you said, it doesn't interrupt anything you're doing. It just adds to everything. So number one, easiest thing you can do, get on the floor every single day. If you're already doing that, get on the floor more. Why? Getting on the floor is using mobility. Get on the floor in different ways. Once you're on the floor, you're sitting in a straddle, you're sitting in a long sit, legs crossed, whatever it is, you're subtly using your mobility. You know, we spend so much time, we're both total culprits of this. We spend a lot of time on our phone. Spend some of that phone time down on the floor. Watch television on the floor. You know, we live in the year 2026. We are unfortunately kind of slaves to technology, for better or for worse. There's a lot of opportunities when you're using technology to be on the floor. And then that transitioning of getting on and off is incredible for building end range strength of your joints. So many different ways to get up and down off the floor. So that's my number one, get on the floor.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
One thing that I notice, I have nieces and nephews, and you notice, when the mobility starts going away is as you get older.
No doubt.
As think about, like, watching young kids, toddlers, they're always crawling, rolling, all those sorts of things. Their mobility is great.
Yep.
A lot of them sit in squats, not on purpose.
Beautiful squats.
Exactly. Yep. So, if it's, for example, you're reading a book, you're scrolling, doom scrolling, put your feet up on a wall. I mean, it's amazing. Like the little tiny things it really does make a difference. And he's not asking you to spend any money.
Yeah, simple.
And he's not asking you to change anything, but just be cognizant of when you are too stationary and change things up a little bit.
Yeah, get on the floor.
Yeah.
So number 2 kind of bleeds into that is create an evening stretch routine. This is something we did probably easily all of last year, even some into 2024. I think as we became more endurance athletes, like we were looking for recovery things to do in the evening. And we didn't start with an evening stretch routine. We were obviously using sauna. We were using some red light, massage guns. But I think the greatest thing is just a consistent evening stretch routine, because it goes back to my point on the technology. You can just sit there and read a book, read your Kindle, be on your phone, and we do 7 minutes. It's 5. You can find it on my YouTube. I post about it a decent amount, but it's 5 stretches. 2 of them, you isolate one side. So total of 7 minutes. And it's so, you'll definitely agree with this. It's so built into our subconscious to do that. Like, even when I remember we went to a wedding and we're pretty,
we had some drinks.
Yeah, we'd had some drinks, got back to the hotel. Both of us got right into our stretching routine. Like, once you see how beneficial that is, it's another thing that just becomes subconscious. And you're not going to talk yourself out of doing it, because A, it's easy as shit. And B, you feel better doing it. And once you've done it enough, you subconsciously know, your body's like, I want to feel that 5% better tomorrow when I wake up because I did that stretching, so I'm going to do it. So
trust me, it's noticeable.
Yep.
Like when we don't do it the next day, we're like, we didn't stretch last night.
Yep. And it's nothing crazy. There's nothing scientific to the one we do. It's sitting in a straddle, 1 minute, reaching to each foot, 1 minute. So now we're at 3 minutes, sitting in 90-90 each side. Now we're at 5 minutes, sitting in a heel sit, 1 minute, and then a press up, 1 minute. And I just picked those stretches. They felt good from the high volume of cycling, but also I was able to read my Kindle the entire time.
That's when I do my Italian.
Yeah, that is the main reason I picked those stretches. So just pick something that's easy to do. Doesn't need to be a crazy stretching, but it's repeatable. You're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So number 3, take movement breaks. And this is speaking to everyone, but something I get a lot of people, like the get on the floor more, someone who's an office worker. If I suggested that on Instagram, I might get a snarky comment of like, easy for you to say, I work in a 9 to 5, whatever, at a desk. A little more challenging for me. I guarantee
Pardon me.
You can get up every hour or two and, have maybe 2 movements you love to do that feel good. Could be sitting in a squat. Could be body rolls where you're stretching out your spine, you're stretching out your hamstrings. 2 or 3 easy movements, maybe less than 5 total minutes, that you just do with really great intention. Every 90 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it is, you consistently make that a part of your daily routine. God, if you're 40 years old now, when you're 60 and you've done that for 20 straight years, like, your body is just going to absolutely love you for that. And it's just like everything we're talking about today. It's just about being consistent. So,
2 things on that, if you don't mind me butting in. First of all, that's less than a bathroom break, to be honest. Yeah. Number 2, that snarky comment that you got, no one's strapping you to a chair.
Yeah.
No one's telling you, if you're getting strapped to a chair, we might need to talk about your work situation. But no one's telling you can't get out of, I'm sorry, I've worked in an office situation. That's not an excuse.
Yeah, I think it's not normalized in traditional office settings to do something like that. So I think as an employee of maybe a bigger office, you might feel odd at first, but you only get one body. Don't screw it up. Like, be selfish and taking 2 or 3 minutes off every 90 minutes. I can't imagine a boss is going to think you're killing productivity. Yeah. If anything, I move to get more creative. If I ever feel like I'm kind of getting some brain fog or something, I'll go for a walk. I'll do a little movement flow right here. Like,
hang on a bar.
Hang on a bar. Great point, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you work at home or you have a really cool office, cool boss, A pull-up bar nearby,
In a door frame.
game changer. If you have tight shoulders, you're worried about your posture, having a pull-up bar somewhere in the vicinity of your work area, let that thing stare you in the face so you hop on it for like 30 seconds, at least a few times throughout the day. That's a great movement break. That's a great call.
Well, and the other thing I was going to add on to, you probably didn't even think about this. So he would tell me when at his last job, when they would have meetings or whatever, he would stand and kind of pace, not be distracting, but you would kind of pace and walk and move. Like he wouldn't sit there for hours.
Yeah.
And it was not frowned upon. So, do what works for you. And maybe other people will follow suit.
Yeah. All right, so we're on 4, I think. Yep. So 4, go barefoot as often as possible. Something that drives me crazy is going to someone else's home and they wear shoes in their home.
First of all, it's very dirty.
To me, that is crazy. Like
Yeah.
your foot is one of the biggest sensory parts of your body. And when you wear a shoe, a fluffy house shoe, whatever, you're just diminishing your foot's ability to feel what's around it. It's going to diminish your balance. It's going to diminish the way your joints talk to one another. Please take your shoes off as often as you can. Going back to folks that work in an office, obviously I understand that might be frowned upon, and that's fine, but utilize the time you're at home to take your shoes off, walk out in your grass, move your toes, move your ankles. Like that, the ankles and feet are a very under-stimulated area of our body that when they are really, really well stimulated, it helps with everything up the chain. It helps with the knee, the hip, the low back. You want that foot and ankle complex to be really smart. And simply making sure you spend some time barefoot during the day and really feeling the ground with your foot is an easy habit to set yourself up for smart feet moving forward.
And something from the female side, I did have a former job that legitimately required me to wear heels to work, which first of all, that should be banned. But second of all,
That's crazy.
But just like he said, if you work in an office, I mean, yes, that's, not necessarily encouraged to walk around barefoot. Do it at home. Because I'll tell you, especially if you do wear, from women's side, if you do wear shoes that are not a wide toe box, if you are forced to or expected to wear a lot of heels, trust me, your feet will thank you. Mm-hmm. If you even just the time you're not at work 24 hours a day, so give your feet some reprieve.
Yeah.
Because
sorry to cut in, but if going back to the movement breaks in the office, if you do have an area in your office you feel okay like doing your movement break in and you can take your shoes off, even that 2 or 3 minutes you're moving can do a lot.
I noticed a huge difference after I started dating him of just, I didn't wear shoes in the house, but I definitely wore shoes that were restrictive on my feet. And again, it's subconscious.
Yep.
Although we don't allow shoes in our house anyways for sanitary reasons.
This is one, all these kind of catch fire once you create a little bit of a habit with them. Like you'll want to do them more and they're so easy to do them, but going barefoot might be the easiest one because I feel like once you remove really tight shoes more and more from your daily routine, like it's really hard to go back to them.
And I will
really
follow that. I got a message on Instagram a couple weeks ago and she was like, hey, I've swapped shoes after listening to you guys, but she lives up north. And she was like, do you have any recommendations for like winter boots with a wide toe box? And I was like, that's a great question. I don't have anything to recommend, but now I feel like I need to look.
I think Vivo makes some pretty attractive too winter boots.
Yeah, but she was just
barefoot.
like, I have to wear boots everywhere because it's so flippin' cold.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really great because she saw such a drastic difference in her feet. She was like, I want to get rid of my other shoes.
Yeah,
it's addictive. It really is.
All right, so number 5,
Yep.
The barefoot thing bleeds into number 5, and that's challenge your balance every single day. And this is something, I harp on this on social media sometimes. Balance from just a training stimulus is such a low-hanging fruit that can provide so much benefit to literally everyone, young athletes to older folks scared of falling, because challenging your balance is just building better body awareness. Your entire body, your nervous system, the body-mind connection, everything just understands where it is in space better. So your communication head to toe is just going to be better. And it's not an overstimulating stimulus to the point where, you're going to be incredibly sore from it. It's something that's repeatable every single day. And just like, let's just take standing on one foot, or if you can't even do that, stand in a straight line, 60 seconds each side, done really well. And what I mean by really well is you're focused on it. You're trying really, really hard not to fall. That done every single day is going to add up like crazy. And you're going to feel your just body, the way you move is just going to feel sharper and more tuned up, because challenging your balance challenges everything. You will tell your body awareness is just better. You're more fluid with your movement. You're more confident in things where maybe you're normally off balance. No equipment required whatsoever. If standing on one leg is too easy, so many ways to challenge that. Shut your eyes, your leg that's up, move it around in different ways. Make that footwork, make that other leg, the leg that's planted, really feel like it's working. 60 seconds aside is absolutely nothing. So easy to do. And when done consistently, you will see how powerful it is. And I would say this, if you're between the ages of like 25 and 50, you might be like, oh yeah, I can stand on one leg. Try it. If you can't do it very easily for 60 seconds, make that a habit, because getting to the point where that's really, really easy is going to do a lot for you. And it's 2 minutes a day, and the benefits of it could be massive.
And I'll just to add to that. So, gosh, I can't remember how long ago it was. I started going to Pilates, and I thought I had good balance. But like it's not heavy weights, but it's a lot of repetitions, a lot of movement that focuses on single leg. And I realized my balance got better from that. So like if you find standing on one foot is not challenging, work in, when you go to the gym, stop doing things on both feet. Isolate one side. Make it harder for yourself, because any bit of that helps. And I've noticed a big difference, like especially with the Pilates movements of the balance improvement as well.
Feeling the stability.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would say the last thing about balance is, I think a lot of people think they have good balance because maybe they'll try some balance drill for like 10 seconds and they're like, yeah, I did it. Woohoo. Go for 60 seconds. Let it add up. Let it really stimulate your body. All right. And the final one, number 6, is better resting option. And this one is, before I get into it, is a shameless plug for the Squat Seat, a company I co-founded that is a small seat that allows your body to replicate the positions of a deep squat. So, we all sit in chairs, we all sit in couches, and it's not so much that position, it's just that position kind of becomes the common shape of your body you put yourself in all the time. Hips at 90 degrees, knees at 90 degrees, and literally everything in the lower body just shut off. So everything's just slack, everything's tightening up. Or the other option I think most people get into is some sort of like fetally position on the couch. I was going to say
rolling up in a ball.
Yeah, which is pretty close to that, but on your side or something like that. So better resting options. And this could be when I say resting options, but it could be, what I mean is your body's just kind of at rest still. And I think of this as when I'm working on the computer, when I'm doing stuff on my phone, when I'm reading a book. A lot of opportunities that are resting options where we can be in better positions. One can be going back to our number one on here, get on the floor and do whatever you were going to do on the floor. You could stack a couple yoga blocks and kind of make your own squat seat. Squat seat is a little bit better. Stand-up desks are incredible, and the tech of a stand-up desk is getting better and better, where they're so movable that you can just position yourself. If you are standing, you can be out in a wide stance. You can have a stool behind you, so you're in a slight lean. You can do things. You can be down on a knee, which is an incredible option that surprisingly you can hang out in a long period of time. You can subtly stretch your hip flexors while you're there. There's just so many options, and I think I put this one at number 6 because I think once you're doing the other 5 and you're working on your mobility, you're working on you want to move better, you're going to want number 6. You're going to start to want options that just feel better when you're at rest, because you have this body that can now get in these positions. So, that's why I got involved with the squat seat, is because I saw it. Not only did I absolutely love it myself, the other co-founder sent me one. I used it for 3 straight weeks every day. I loved it with my body, but I also just saw the potential of how incredibly impactful this could be as a product. And it was kind of shocking that even the brand squat seat didn't already exist, because to me, it's such a low-hanging fruit thing to help put you in a better position. That's going to lead to healthier joints, just a better longevity body. Our tagline is sit better, live better, because it's an easy thing you can do to help you live better, because you've got a body that just moves better.
Yeah. And just to add to that, I wish you had it pinned somewhere. He's done a couple reels on his Instagram that show you different positions at a desk.
Yeah.
It's probably
totally.
kind of far back. If we can find it, I'll try and link it in the show notes.
Yeah, but on the floor,
Yep.
a supported squat, kneeling, a wide stance. If you have any sort of box at your house, you can set it up like a stool. And then once you get to standing, you can start to, like we're standing right now, we each have our legs crossed.
I've moved my feet.
You can
kind
of work on one leg.
Yeah.
You could sneak in a little bit of balance while you're chilling here. A lot of options there.
Yeah. So, but good plug. It's, and again, I will say this till I'm blue in the face from a female's perspective. I know it's great for everyone, but I have seen the biggest change with the squat seat in my hip mobility.
Yeah.
Just really, really, like, it's like it feels like you feel relief when you sit down in it. So, no, this was great.
Yep. And so we're early with the squat seat. I don't want to ramble about the squat seat too long, but our first production run went out, and we've got, I think, 32 people sent us reviews, 1 4-star, the rest 5 stars. And even I was shocked by how quickly people saw incredible benefits just from using it a few minutes a day for a couple weeks. Like, it really shows how adaptable the human body is. And it kind of speaks to everything we went over. Your body adapts to what you give it, the stimulus you give it. So all these things are just great ideas for little stimuluses you can give your body. They might be uncomfortable the first week you do them. You might have to force that habit. But once it sticks, it just starts compounding. Little aches and pains you have might go away. Your ability to move is certainly going to get better. And you put these in strategically, it's not going to interrupt any part of your day. It's only going to make your day better.
And the one thing that I'll leave at the end of that too, that just to reiterate, like, he's not asking you to pay for a subscription. He's not asking you to buy some big apparatus that you need to use and will clutter your home. The only thing that mentioned that was not just body weight or just like
the squat seat.
It was the squat seat.
Yeah.
And the thing is it's literally this big. It can tuck under a piece of furniture probably. It can tuck there's so it's not like you're watching an infomercial where they're trying to sell you like some massive concoction that doesn't help. Like, these become second nature. When you even brought some of these up, I'm like, I don't even think that this is like something that people don't do, because it's just
it's so built in.
Yeah.
Like, once you'll be, so many of these things you'll be hooked on. Once you get past the 2 weeks of maybe forcing the habit, you'll be like, all right, this is just a part of me now. And you'll even stop thinking about it.
And like I've said before, like I've encouraged before, if you struggle with remembering things because you feel like you're just cluttered all the time, put an alarm on your phone.
Yeah, force the habit.
Until it becomes a habit, put an alarm on your phone that'll just pop up and remind you, time for a movement break. Get in a squat, stretch out. If you go to bed at the same time every night, swap the laying in bed scrolling to stretching on the floor and scrolling.
Yep.
So I think, I'm done.
Cool. Yeah. You only get one body.
Yeah.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah.
So,
Great way to end.
Yep. We've got some great episodes coming, some good ideas that we're going to film soon. But as always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys next time.